Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to GTA Menace. What makes a good game good? Well, there's a lot of answers to that, but one of the best thing a game can have is a very good bad guy. Now, as confusing as that sounds, I'm gonna go over the 10 best antagonists in the GTA franchise. Let's get into the video. Number 10, Frank Tenpenny, GTA San Andreas. As if more proof was needed that Samuel L. Jackson really is in everything, he provided the voice to one of the most chilling and memorable antagonists in the franchise. Frank Tenpenny, the player is introduced to this bad cop when he coerces a younger trainee to murder a colleague participating in an internal investigation, and it goes downhill from there. Just when it seems like he'll pay for his crimes, he is acquitted instead, and the decision sparks city riots as he walks free. Number 9, Catalina, Grand Theft Auto 3. Catalina is the main antagonist of this game, but she also makes an appearance as one of the main characters in San Andreas. Her rise to power culminates in leading the Colombian cartel. She's introduced to the storyline as the protagonist's girlfriend, but their relationship was a rocky one, to say the least. Eventually, Catalina leaves him for Claude and even sets up a cruel telephone taunt to mock her estranged ex. Her ending is a poetic one, dying in a fiery helicopter crash caused by the mute and mysterious Claude, who is understandably miffed about getting left for dead after a botched robbery.
Kill the idiot!
You bitch! Number 8, Dmitry Raskolov, Grand Theft Auto 4. Dmitry is one of the most low-down, dirty criminals in the series. His background gives some indication of how far he's fallen as a human being, starting out in the Soviet army, doing time at a Siberian prison, and finally exploiting a loophole in US immigration so that this scumbag can move to Liberty City. His criminal activities in Liberty City are part of the local Russian mob activities, and although he does work with organized crime, he has a reputation for betraying his business partners. This comes back to bite him at the end when the player is given a choice to turn on Dmitry and kill him during a deal to sell heroin. Number 7, Steve Haynes, Grand Theft Auto 5. There's one thing worse than a bad cop, and that's a bad FBI agent, like a super cop. Enter Steve Haynes, and to make him even more villainous, he's also a reality TV star. Given the position that he's in, with connections to both law enforcement and the entertainment industry, Steve knows some hefty secrets and takes regular hush money and extortion payments from powerful and famous people. Even though he's only a secondary villain, the position of an enabler is one of the most evil that exists.
Hey, Les, see if you can patch me into his radio mic. I want a last reminder of what an annoying prick he is.
Los Santos, a city of saints.
Number 6, Armando Mendez, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. Rumor has it that Armando Mendez is based off the character of Alejandro Sosa from Scarface. He does resemble the character in look and behavior, and he also deals drugs for a living. The game actually kicks off with both Armando and his brother Diego looking for their lost cocaine shipment. Being the more charismatic of the Mendez brothers, he's often the one pictured in the tan or white suit, quoting Aristotle and his philosophy that mankind should always seek pleasure.
Diego?
Sí, ya.
So, Victor, Lance, who has been ripping us off? All of us.
Number 5, Massimo Torrini, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. Old school Cosa Nostra from the old country, Massimo climbed the ladder with the Sicilian Mafia through the years of diligent and calculated murder, often with his bare hands. For years, he lived fairly quietly as a hotelier in a small Italian city, taking on the occasional assassination until he was sent to Liberty City as the main antagonist of Liberty City Stories. His mission in the United States is to confront and, if necessary, take care of the current boss of the Leone crime family, Salvatore Leone. Massimo's real purpose, however, is to broker whatever deals he has to in order to take control of Liberty City for the Italian Mafia. He fails and tries to make peace, which results in his helicopter getting blown up.
Torrini, it figures. Give him up. The mayor is mine.
For Darko Breivik, Grand Theft Auto 4. A villain that is equally hateful and tragic, Darko Breivik is another Russian mobster who started out in the Soviet army. He sold out his fellow soldiers for a paltry $1,000 that he used to buy heroin. When he appears in Grand Theft Auto 4, he's part of a revenge plot the protagonist has undertaken in an effort to find out who betrayed his squad. When the player catches up to Darko, they can choose whether or not to let him live or die. Letting him live is the more painful option, but then again, this is Grand Theft Auto. Number 3, Sonny Forelli, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. There's a lot of Italian influence in the organized crime element in the GTA games. Meet Sonny Forelli, who has a talent for various illegal transactions, like gambling, prostitution, and racketeering. He runs the Forelli crime family in Liberty City. His ruthless habits and rampant paranoia often lead him to turn on those closest to him, which is what drives the story of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. The hitman that he betrayed at the beginning returns to exact revenge, and the death of Sonny starts the downfall of the mob he manages. Number 2, Big Smoke, GTA San Andreas. The most dangerous enemy is the one that comes in through the front door. Now, I think Aristotle or somebody said that. Big Smoke is one of the most iconic characters in the franchise and is one of the better developed characters with a complex storyline and arc. When the game starts, he's the protagonist's friend, but eventually he becomes one of the most ruthless antagonists in the entire franchise. In order to move up in the criminal underworld, he betrays the Grove Street family's gang and aligns with the Ballas instead. As the game progresses, the player gets some subtle and obvious hints that Big Smoke is working for the other side. During a skirmish at a funeral, the Ballas refuse to attack him, and during a fight at a restaurant, Big Smoke refuses to shoot at the Ballas, saying he can't fire his gun when he's eating as an excuse. Number 1.
Our moms get killed. We gotta talk about it.
We all got
Devin Weston, Grand Theft Auto 5. A powerful media magnate who has purchased friends in all the right places, Devin Weston is the kind of CEO who would mandate sensitivity training in his Liberty City offices while exploiting workers in a third world country. He plays a benevolent philanthropist, but he's really a ruthless villain, ending his threats with a snarky namaste, and using his business connections to enhance and protect his various criminal enterprises. He's closely connected to other villains that can be useful to him, like FBI agent and TV star Steve Haynes. Let's be honest here, anyone who quotes yoga or does yoga is probably a villain. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.